Good morning, triathlon, although it's not morning. Hi, anyway, welcome to the second episode of Sub5. And before I forget, let's get it started, otherwise it gets too long. Start it. And Sub5 again, because you don't have time to watch videos on YouTube and you need to train more. You already know that. Today we're gonna talk about metabolic testing, and you know I've been talking about INSCYD for a while, so I'm gonna go and explain you a little bit more on how INSCYD works. But first thing first, we need to say good luck to Andrea, who's on his way next Tuesday to Patagonia, an extreme ultra Ironman in Argentina. Yeah, good luck, Andrea. The water is 10 degrees, so you gotta swim fast in order to go out of the water as soon as possible. First thing I need to make sure I say is that as a full disclosure to say that I do some work for INSCYD, but I've been very slow at understanding it in some ways. It took me almost 2 years to use it and be fully on for the testing, but now we're ready to go, and so let's see what it's all about. So INSCYD is, as you may already know, a performance analysis software. So it's not a training platform like Training Peaks or today's plan. It actually can work together with those, and in fact, you know, I'm using Training Peaks to send you the programs. INSCYD can on top of that work as a performance analysis software. What do we say? What do we mean with performance analysis software? It's a software that allows me as a coach to see different parameters, metabolic parameters that I will work on during the training plans, and on top of the most classic ones like VO2 max and aerobic threshold, INSCYD also allows me to see the rate of lactate, the maximum rate of lactate accumulation, which is the accumulation of lactate in the body after the effort, but also we can also very specifically see energy contribution during the effort, so how much is coming from aerobic and anaerobic efforts. We know your thresholds, but we will know more about how that threshold and how those numbers are composed. And as a coach, is always an extra data and number to have. But also very interesting is we will have a better idea on how fat and carbs are used to produce those efforts. So we know exactly how many grams of each of the two you will use during a different specific effort. The great things of using INSCYD is that you have the possibility to test where it mostly matters. So outdoors, on a track if we're doing a running test, or on a road where you're gonna like race if you're on the bike. In the pool if you're a swimmer, but at the same time there's a possibility of doing a bike test on the turbo with just the power and still have the precision of a lab test, a portable lab test, with all the metrics I just explained. How does it work? Being either a lactate, we can do either a lactate test or the bike power only option. If we do the lactate test, the first things we're gonna do is we're using these lancets to prick the lobe of the ears. My boss Sebastian says it's like pricking a bratwurst. And here we get your blood during the efforts. We'll get it tested with this handy device, which is a lactate meter, portable lactate meter that we will use. It will have some sensors that will test your blood levels, the lactate levels. The sensor will go into these meters, will test your blood, and we'll see how much your lactate levels are after specific efforts. We collect all the data into the software, and then we will get all the parameters I just told you about. So VO2 max, anaerobic threshold, but also lactate accumulation, fat and carbs combustion rates. And that's it, because we're running out of time. It's Sub5, so if you want to get tested and have a better understanding of your level and benchmarks, just do a test with INSCYD.